Hi everybody, it's Sunday with ILXCTF. How's everybody doing? Wowsy. The Bears win. What's going on? And the Patriots won, and the Giants won. I'm in a different cosmos or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But we're going to talk about cross country today. I didn't take any notes. I didn't take any notes today. Everything's kind of up here right now. I'm just right into the mode where, please help me. 2 more weeks of the season. State me. I already looked at the forecaster state. Ooh. Here we go again. So, is there anything really to talk about in these regionals? You know, there wasn't really suspense. There's only one ranked team that didn't make it out, and maybe I shouldn't have ranked them. Neuqua Valley on the girls' side. They didn't have their number 1 runner, Elizabeth Hall, and I kind of figured, okay, they'll have her in there. Neuqua should advance, and they didn't. So they finished 7th. Not too much. So I missed one out of how many ranked teams? There were 90, 180, so 179 out of 80 is pretty good. It will get a lot more complicated this week. Sectionals should be set up to be great, and the weather should be good, and there you go. I mean, there you go. So I went to, we talked good, the bad, or the ugly here. I went to Oak Park, Schiller Woods. Love going to Schiller Woods. It usually rains when I go there. No rain. It was a beautiful day. Colors are starting to change on the trees. It was beautiful. We're going to be all over the place on this. On the girls' side in that race, York, 17 points. Maggie Owens. She's never won a high school race before, and she runs 17:25 to win. York had a 24-second split on 5. They scored 17 points. They look really good. So did Barrington. Barrington won fairly easy in their regional at Grant. Prospect didn't run 2 or 3 of their runners. I know Meg Peterson didn't run. Ireland Wildheart. But they tempoed the race. They won pretty easily. And then Downers Grove North did not run Eddington, Lily Eddington, but they would have won without, they didn't need her in the race. So those 4 teams, and think about it, if you want to go see a good girls race, next week is at Bussey Woods, with Prospect going up against Barrington, 2 of the top 4 teams in the state. York, Maine South looked good on the girls' side. Sophia Curry, welcome back. I was hoping she was going to race. She did race. She ended up 13th. Good buster of a race. She'll be ready to go at it next week. So Maine South looked good. Glenbard West has a nice pack. They look good. On the boys' side, was hoping to see Lane Tech at full strength, but Will Kozlowski, his dad told me that he was sick. He wasn't going to race. He didn't race. But Oak Park River Forest, tempo raced. They ran fairly easy the first 2 miles. They went after it the final mile. I'm doubting that Finn Kelly, their number 1 runner, is going to race the rest of the year. So they have a nice 4-pack, and Micheletti dropped back a little bit, who's their 5th runner for the Huskies. But they still won with 60 points. York, 86 points. They looked good through 3 runners. They looked good. They ran a better race. Their split was better than they had the previous week at West Suburban Silver. So Dukes are looking good. They're in position to qualify for state. We'll see. What else? I mean, there's a lot of things that happened. Neuqua Valley won at Naperville North, won by 10 points on the boys' side. Girls' side, Naperville North girls are starting to look good. So we're talking about those 4 teams. Naperville North has gotten a little bit closer. So that's interesting. What else? Sandburg won pretty easily at Marist. Didn't run their number 1 runner, Lindsay Gertenstein. Boys' side, Sandburg also won at Marist. Looking good. Young team, Grant Giblin won that race. At Lyons Township, Downers Grove North, you had some good teams there. You had RB, you had Lyons Township. Lyons Township didn't run their top 2 runners, Nick Strayer and Killian Henning. But they were still 3rd. And then Hinsdale Central 4th. But there's like 7, 8, 9 ranked teams in the Hinsdale sectional next Saturday that it's going to be wild. It will really be a wild race there. What else? I'm thinking, oh yeah, O'Fallon. You want to talk about another good sectional? Try Granite City. That course is always fast. We saw earlier this year that Dylan Nally of Marion ran 14:08 there, set the course record. He's setting out 3 course records. We'll get to Dylan in a minute. Granite City, O'Fallon, 2nd week in a row, 15 points. They're going to be tough. It's gonna be a good sectional. With Plainfield South didn't run their top 3 runners with Riley Fink, Dylan Maloney, and came in Vijay. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens. And with Plainfield North looking good right now, easily winning the sectional or the regional at Plainfield Central. So you have 3 of the top 5 teams in the state there. Very, very interesting. What else? St. Charles East Regional feeding into Lake Park. 1-2 finish for Wheaton Warrenville South, led by Josiah Narayanan. Wheaton Warrenville South bounced back and won. St. Charles East, who beat Wheaton Warrenville South the week before, finished 4th. They held out a few runners. Ched Wilson, who was the champion at Lake Park for their conference meet at Duquesne Conference, he didn't. I gotta keep track. I went overboard last week, and I'm like, I don't feel like merging everything together, so I didn't do that. So Wheaton Warrenville South looks good. That section of Lake Park is better than last year. It's going to be tough. On the girls' side, Nikki Poglish of Wheaton Warrenville South, 31-second win. She's on a roll right now. 2 big wins, conference, regionals. She'll be one of the favorites next week at Lake Park. She knows that course. She ran, 17:32, 17:33 a few weeks ago. And there are some good runners in there. You're going to have the York 7 runners that are going to be with her. Border. I'm trying to think who else. What's the other? Oh. Yeah. Haley Raymond of Huntley. But it's not that strong individually. Some good teams. For example, Wheaton North is running well right now. They'll be one of the favorites in that race. They finished ahead of Batavia. Batavia had like a 20-second split, just ridiculous. Then Wheaton Warrenville South has Poglish, but they have their other 3 runners. 4 runners that were a little bit back. They need to move up a little bit to get to state. In Class 2A, Dylan Nally, 14:33, sets the course record at Richland County. Second week in a row that he has set a course record. Third overall, the one course record that he wants is state. And if the conditions are good for state, then let's see what happens. He should get the course record next week at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a 2.9 mile course, and record is 14:26 by Daryl Frucker, who ran at, where did he run? Was he Collinsville? I think it was Collinsville. Way back when, 1981, 1982. So that record's been standing a long time, and it's ripe for the picking for Nally. Oh, I'm trying to think. Morton, who I ranked number 1, I'm going to have to think about that a little bit. They scored 75 points to get second behind Washington. I don't know if they tempo raced. The girls didn't, and they won easily. But they scored 75 points to get second. They were missing one of their runners. So who knows on that. I will do rankings. Will I publish them? I don't know yet. Who knows? Maybe Glenbard South. Glenbard South won by a handful of points over Bennett Academy. Peyton looked good in their regional, winning at Latin School at Legion Park. So it'll be very interesting in that regional at Lewis University next Saturday. What else? On the girls' side, Shannon Glenwood won easily. Normal University had their 2 runners, Beerbaum and Carter, in there. But their other 2 runners that boosted them up early in the year are apparently out with injuries. So, see what happens at that sectional. That sectional is deep, both on the boys and the girls side. It usually is, that southernmost sectional, so we'll have to wait and see on that. Weber winning by 72 seconds at Caneland, pretty impressive. On the boys' side in 1A, Tuscola didn't run a few of their runners. They still won easily. Same thing with Benton. They won't race until state. That will be a good race, second race of the day at Detweiler Park, and both of those teams look good. On the girls' side, Tolona Unity still looks good. Anna Jonesboro won at Harrisburg fairly easily, so we will just have to wait and see. My mind is roaming all over the place. So, 2 more weeks of the season to go. We'll have recaps up by tomorrow morning of the regional races. Not recaps, but highlights. And we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it's just, there's one, and there's one regional or sectional that's going to be kind of tough, or kind of rough. There's no ranked boys. Well, there's a couple of ranked boys teams at the Kankakee McNamara Regional in 1A. Girls, be interesting with Chicago Christian and a few of the other schools. Winnebago looked good on the girls' side, and their home regional meet. That sectional will be pretty good. Rockford Christian is one of the teams to beat. Keep an eye on Riverdale again. They just rebuilt, and they're back up there. They'll challenge for the win. So many things to talk about next week. Boy, it's gonna be an interesting next week. One of the things that annoys me, and we're talking about the bad, people that are jumping up and right in front of me, media credentials, and do this. I got my picture. Oh, go. It happened again. I should have made the mistake of going up on that hill at Schiller Woods. It's a great view if you don't have 500 people that are just jumping right in front of you going. So, go figure. So you find different places to shoot. to try to tell the story of the race. That hill would have told the story of the race. Mohammed Abdullahi of Mather waited till the final 800 meters, took off, wins by a few seconds, no, by about 7 seconds. Owen Gerolds of Maine South was second, 14:55. Faster course than expected. Some parts of the course were not mowed. That's why I need a script. I'm roaming all over the place. Had a great interview with Mohammed and his buddy Jose Marino. Got to meet all the yeah. This is what happens when you don't get sleep, kids. Met the entire Mather team. Mather got third in that meet. Lane Tech got fourth. Faded a little bit in the last half of the race. But it's regional, so they'll go after it next week at sections. So go figure on that. And I think that's it. I think we're going to cut it short. Last week I was a little bit longer. So let me think a second here. Jacksonville, Ethan Hogan finished fourth at Highland. I think he just tempoed it, getting ready to race against Dylan Nally this week. That'll be a good sectional. Geneseo is interesting. I'm going to have to look at and see who ran and who didn't run for Borton on the boys' side. And how about this, too? I was thinking about this as I was writing recaps. Sterling has, since I can remember in 1A, 2A, 3A setups, they've always gone to that northern 2A sectional. And this year, they have a good enough team that would have made it there, but it would have been a tough journey to get out of that sectional. And they're going to be going to Geneseo. Dale Johnson will be the big favorite, and we shall see. I'm thinking, let's see who else. Woodstock boys team looks really good. On the girls' side, Grace Lake Central looks good. They're only ranked 4th or 5th, but there are 5 very good teams in Class 2A right now, led by Chatham Glenwood. St. Ignatius didn't run everybody at Marist or at Midlothian Meadows on Saturday. They'll have everybody in, and that'll be an interest. They should win pretty easily. I think DePaul Prep is the only good school in there. Bennett Academy has improved on the girls' side. Boys' side, good 3-run team race between Peyton Prep. Peyton Prep hasn't been running all of their. I know I was supposed to give it. They have been running their entire top 7 throughout this year. Let's see what happens this week. But Bennett looks pretty good. Glenbard South looks pretty good. And then 1A, at Elmwood, the 3 E's. Eureka, Elmwood, El Paso Gridley, and Elmwood. On the boys' side. Girls' side, it's all Eureka in that one. And then down south, Benton and Anna Jonesboro. They're the top teams there. Can I go further? I think I'm going to stop. So, the people that I saw I had to scoot out of there fairly quickly on Saturday when you start getting texts and phone calls about my other part of my job. I'm like, oh, I got to go. And that's what happened. So everything's cool there. So we'll get you some videos next week. We'll get you some pictures. Haven't decided where I'm going to go yet. So, I don't know. But it's going to be fun. 2 weeks till state. Please nobody stand in front of me. Don't follow me around going, I'm going to block his view. Unless you go into the finish line area, and nobody's going to block my view there. My trusty ladder. So, seriously, good luck to everybody next week. I know there's going to be a lot of hugging, cheers, and there's going to be a lot of upset teams. Because you can't take 73 teams in Class 3A and the boys, 72 in girls, and the same 2, well, there's less, There's less teams in 2A and 1A. Because they didn't have 7 teams or 6 teams qualify in 2A from some regionals, and especially 105 teams, and it's going to be less than that. So, good sportsmanship, great racing, and just enjoy. Realize your dreams. It's going to be a cool weekend next weekend, and that it's going to get even better at state. I can't wait. I've already started writing the preview. I'm crazy and ridiculous, but that's me. So, any case, everybody have a great week. We will talk to you next Sunday. I don't know if I'll do 3 parts. I may do 3 parts. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. So, till the next time that we talk, have a great week. Hydrate and smile. Enjoy these moments. It's Mike Newman from Sunday Night with ILXCTF. There we go. Everybody have a great week. We will talk to you next Sunday. Good luck to everybody next Saturday. Bye.